everybody. Welcome to Your Life Purpose TV. My name is Pauline Rodish, and this is the channel where we are inviting wonderful people from all over the world to share their stories of their own gifts and talents and how they're using them to serve the community, to serve the world, so that we can inspire, motivate, and encourage you to look for your innate gifts and talents. Now, today, I am really and truly in awe of our beautiful youngest interviewee, our youngest guest on our show, Alexandra Kiroi. Am I pronouncing that correctly, Alexandra?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Alexandra is 14 years of age. She is an elite junior gymnast, currently living in Melbourne. So it's a great pleasure to have you on our show, Alexandra.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, you're very welcome. And obviously it was your father, Alex, who has been communicating back and forth with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I, first and foremost, tried gymnastics when I was a younger girl, and I wasn't very good. And I always wanted to master the beam, in fact. However, one of the days I did attempt to get over that vault and landed very badly on my knee. So gymnastics, unfortunately, was not for me. But that's not the case for you. You have been doing amazing things all over the world. And I just want to start at the very beginning. When did you know that you wanted to be a gymnast?
I truly found out that gymnastics was my sport at the age of around 11, 12 years old, when I began winning overseas international tournaments, and I realized that this sport is for me and I can do it.
Beautiful. And obviously you are very specialized. You're focusing now predominantly on rhythmic gymnastics.
Yeah.
So background wise, tell us a little bit about that, where your parents are from and who is your inspiration. So first of all, we'll start, you were born in New Zealand.
Yes.
Wellington.
Yep.
But your parents both come from Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah. So whereabouts in Russia?
Ukraine and Moldova.
And were either of your parents gymnasts?
Well, my mum was actually a professional ballroom dancer, winning lots of competitions too. And my grandparents were also sportsmen.
Wonderful. And Dad?
Dad just did breakdancing.
Breakdancing. Well, it takes a lot of energy and fitness, I have to say, to participate in that as well.
Yeah.
So basically you have good genes, I suppose, in relation to sports. And of course, Russia, as we know, when I was growing up, and actually when I was participating in gymnastics, my idol in those days was Olga Korbut from Russia, the former USSR. And also I used to love Nadia Comaneci from Romania.
Yeah.
But I unfortunately didn't achieve anything in the arena of gymnastics. So you decided then when you're 11, 12 that the rhythmic gymnastics was for you. So just walk me through a typical day at this moment in time, where you are right now. What does it involve? I mean, how much training do you do? Talk me from the early morning. What time do you wake up at?
Well, I do 26 hours per week, and my day would be like this. If I have morning training, I would wake up at 6 o'clock. And training would start at 7 a.m. before school, and I would finish at 10 a.m. So I would usually miss my first period of school. And then I would get to school, go to my second period, have recess, then I finish school at 3:40, and then at 4 p.m. I go to training straight away till 8:30.
Wow. Fantastic. That's a long, long day. And what about diet? Are you very strict with your diet?
It's not a diet for me. I just try to look after what I eat. As the gymnast, if we get overweight, we can easily get injuries, and it's not good. And yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're missing out if your friends are eating something that you perhaps cannot eat? Do you ever feel like you're missing out?
I'm on a different pathway to them. They're all doing one thing. I'm on my pathway to sport, so I don't really think about it. I just, it's just like it's just natural to me. Like, I don't really care about what they eat, and I don't really get jealous.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear you say that. And it's really amazing to hear such a young person to be so level-headed about it. And I'm sure that's the difference between being really sincere about what it is you're doing and not.
Mhm.
So what do you wish your life to look like in the future regarding gymnastics?
Well, I would wish to, well, my long-term goals are the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games.
Wow.
And short-term, well, it's quite short, 2018 Commonwealth Games, which are actually in Gold Coast.
Yes, I know. And as I said to you earlier on, I certainly would hope to come and see you. It would be an absolute pleasure for me, I can assure you, because I really love and admire, especially I love the rhythmic gymnastics. I just think it's so beautiful and elegant, and it looks so effortless. I mean, I'm still to this day mesmerized by the athleticism in rhythmic gymnastics. It's just stunning. Do you ever partner up with anybody? Do you ever do sort of synchronized rhythmic gymnastics?
You usually do that when you are younger, like
Oh.
it's the developing stages of rhythmic gymnastics. You just do paired routines.
Right. Okay. I didn't actually realize that. I thought I'd seen something like that in the Olympics, but obviously
Yes,
not.
there is group routines for rhythmic gymnastics, but you have to. You start from a young age to do group routines. I'm more
Okay.
an individual gymnast, so yeah.
Okay. So as mom and dad really, are they both really supportive of this? I'm sure they must be with all the travel arrangements as well.
Well, not only my parents, my family, my whole family is just very supportive. My grandparents, all my relatives, and I'm really thankful for all of their support because I wouldn't be able to do any of this without them.
That's wonderful. And what about school? How do they look upon you're obviously missing a lot of lessons, shall we say? How do you manage to catch up with your schoolwork?
Well, it's usually just emails, catching up with my teachers privately, asking them what I missed, but it's not that hard. I usually miss the lessons which aren't very important. Like for me, I'm trying to focus on my core subjects, maths, English, my language, science, and PE. So the others aren't as important for me, so
Yes.
it's not that hard. Yeah.
Do you tend to work your routines and your trainings around the less important subjects?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's great that the school facilitates that.
Yeah, they're very supportive too and helpful with accommodating what I need.
That's fantastic. And has the school in the past had other similar type of athletes that they've supported in different sports?
At my school right now, we actually have another athlete in year 12. He's a cyclist and he travels the world competing too. And I feel like he probably went through the same things as me.
Right. Fantastic. It's wonderful, really and truly. How do your friends look upon you? Are they really proud of you?
Some friends are proud, but however, there is jealousy part of the school. So it can be quite tough in terms of friendships as I'm never at school. I miss heaps of lessons. So yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I think jealousy is part of life until people realize that there's no need to be jealous if they just look within themselves,
Yeah.
what they could become good at, which really is part of what the show is about, is to help people to awaken their own gifts and talents. So what do you see as your biggest gift and talent right now?
I feel like my determination to succeed is one of my biggest talents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your focus?
And my focus, yeah, my striving to achieve, my focus, determination. It's mainly that. I'm not born talented for rhythmic gymnastics.
No, and it's about practice, isn't it? Would you agree?
Yeah.
And putting in the hours and not seeing it as a sacrifice, but it's something that you're just really thoroughly enjoying, and therefore it gives you a lot of fulfillment and satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the encouragement to keep going when it gets tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you had many injuries?
I have, yes. Last year I had a large injury, but that didn't stop me from, competing at big competitions and actually getting medals.
Good for you. That's fantastic. Great determination is paying off. In terms of the future, obviously the life, shall we say, the shelf life, for the want of a better expression, of a gymnast is what age usually would somebody such as yourself retire from rhythmic gymnastics?
At the age around 24, 25 years old.
And do you look to the future perhaps when that day comes as to what you might do next?
Not really. I kind of live in the now, not the future.
That's fantastic. No, that's a good answer. That's an extremely good answer. But obviously, I'm a coach, and so I would help people to visualize, in many instances, what they want to achieve. Do you have any little practice like that for yourself, where maybe approaching a competition that you visualize perhaps the result that you're looking for? Just talk me through that.
Well, we try not to visualize the results. We try not to think about the results, because that's not our main goal. Results aren't our main goal. We have to do well, and then the results will follow.
You've obviously got an excellent coach.
My coach is amazing.
And where's your coach from?
He's from Ukraine.
Wonderful. So he's probably got lots of experience with other gymnasts.
A lot.
So that's the strategy you're using. It's just living in the now, focusing on doing well. You're never tempted to look at, what it would be like. You don't visualize yourself going through the routine, for example.
That's our mental preparation for a competition.
Yeah. And that's partly what I'm asking. So you would be mentally preparing like that.
So,
you don't use that mental preparation for the future in relation to what you could do. Because the reason I'm asking you this question is, like I said, you are so far the youngest guest on the show. Whereas I've been interviewing people who are older and who've done some living and who've had some, life experiences and challenges along the way, whether it was sickness or the loss of a loved one that has made them change course and change direction in their lives. So in many instances, people, even such as myself, we're a lot older before we recognize what it is we want to do with the rest of our life. And obviously at your young age, you're not thinking about that. Or have you ever thought about it?
I have, in terms of like university and what jobs I want. I have thought about that, yes.
So what kind of a job would you like?
Well, as I'm in year 10 and starting all my VC subjects, like I'm doing math methods now in year 10, as I got in because I was an excellent student in year 9. And the subjects that I'm doing are maths and science, so I kind of want my job to be in the medical maybe zone. So yeah.
Because obviously, I'm asking a lot of the older guests, when you were a child, what did you think you wanted to be when you grew